Fakes left, now taken off. Gonna run for it. They got it. There it goes. The 6 or the 10 to 5. Oh, the play of the year in the NFL.
Yeah. Let's
2-2?
go. 2-2. Give me 2.
2-2. That's how we start the pod.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to Buds Mafia.
Callie. Welcome to the... fuck, this is how we're going to start. That's how we're going to start with me cheering. That's how we're going to end to start this. So, Welcome to the Buds Mafia podcast.
Yeah.
This is episode 38. You got myself, you got Jackson decked out in the Buffalo Bills gear. We need to bounce back. Show up the Bud Light. Show the Bud Light. Yeah, Bud Light. It's not like he hasn't drank enough this weekend, but let's keep it going on a Monday afternoon.
Dude, I've been on a good streak. Taylor and I are on a health kick. She's doing a lot better than me this weekend.
You told me. I remember you telling me this, actually. Yeah, boy.
We're not doing... After today, I'm probably doing no drink until Christmas.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah. The emphasis on the probably, but yeah. She's locked in, so I got to be locked in, too.
I mean, how about you don't drink till the bachelor party, whatever that's going to be, and then you just absolutely let loose.
Yeah, that could be a problem, though. But I like it.
It could be, because if it's an all-day drinking, because if we're going to a college in the middle of the winter, it's drinking from sunrise to sundown. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's all I need.
That is all you need.
Obviously,
we're
responsibly.
Sorry.
Obviously, responsibly.
This is kind of a crazy little beginning of the podcast, because we're watching the Toronto-Detroit game. Amazon shots are 36-13 for Toronto. They're playing great, but they're 1-1 in the season. But we have a new segment that Jackson brought up a few days ago of how we kind of want to do our openings. Our openings can be very sloppy. Either we'll talk 15 minutes about our weekend, or we'll go right into
straight
NHL
into
trades
hockey,
and signings or something. So, Jackson, how about you kind of just give what your thoughts on it and kind of what we're going to be doing moving forward?
Yeah, it's kind of similar to certain other podcasts. Like at this point, it's kind of tough to come up with like your own personal segment, other than like the wives pick of the week, which I have a new name that I want to toss out to Ryan.
Yep.
But it's kind of tough to come out with your own personal segment. There's a million podcasts, a million people doing other things. So quick shout out to Brilliantly Dumb Show. They do a buy or sell segment kind of halfway through the episode every week. Bobby Berger, Bob Does Sports, Joey Colcuts, and Mikey V. But we want to start the episode, and we kind of did it a little bit. We've gone back and forth on a bunch of different segments, but basically start with a draft or dump. And if you're drafting something you saw that you liked throughout the week, can be sports related, can be politically related. Ryan already gave me a bit of a preview into what he's got. But easy way to kind of start and keep consistency with the way that we start. Because like Ryan said, we either do 15 minutes of what our weekend was and the shenanigans we got up to, or we jump straight into hockey and talk about hockey for 45 minutes. So kind of a good way to segue straight into sports instead of, just the inconsistency. So
it's good. It's good too, because, especially with hockey full tilt, like when we first started this, it was coming near the end of football season. And then so our episodes weren't as long. And now our episodes, just because it's getting of hockey, football's in the middle of it, it's going to be a minimum hour and a half podcast. And obviously you want to give updates with everything, but we don't want to, talk 15 to 20 minutes of every single thing we did this weekend. It's good to talk about certain big things, especially if we hung out and all that stuff, but we kind of want to get right into it, especially because we're in the heart of it now. We're in the middle of October. Like, this is prime football and hockey getting going. So, and now the Jays are in the ALCS right now. Hopefully they can.
A horrible game yesterday.
I guess I'm like a super stressed fan, especially for a sport I don't understand fully. So I couldn't watch it. I was watching the Bills game, but on my phone I'm constantly refreshing, and it was 1-0 till I think the top of the 6th or something like that. Then the big dumper, Colorado, just fucking hit an absolute nuke.
That's part of my draft.
Yeah. So want me to get us started here?
Yeah, I do. I want to hear what you have to say.
So again, I'm not a political guy, but
clearly.
So we recorded last Sunday, and then the next day I had jury duty. Which jury duty, it wasn't the actual action of jury duty, but it was the interview process. So people who have been in jury duty, you get you get mail throughout the summer or whatever the month period is, basically saying, I don't know why I said summer, it's not summer, and through a few months span, and basically saying, hey, you could be selected. I was selected to go in for the interview process, showed up to court, 9:30, and sat in the most uncomfortable wooden chairs of all time. Sat there till I think 10:30, 11. The judge appeared on the screen, talked about the case. I think I can talk about the case, but I'd rather not. It's not important. But then she said, there's like 150, 200 people there, right, for the jury duty. And they said, we're going to talk about we're going to bring up 20 random jury numbers. You all have a pamphlet with your number on it. and you interview with the judge and basically tell them why you can or cannot do it. Basically, if you're eligible and you have no prior reason, like you're a single mom in a household where you need to work, stuff like that. And basically, if you're fully eligible, you will be on jury duties. The first 20 go by, and then after that, they're like, okay, we'll let you know when the next 20 or whatever will get called. That took 2 hours. And right after the judge went off the screen, the attendants there's like, don't go too far. Like, this won't take very long. 2 hours later, the judge appeared back on the screen and said, all right, thank you very much, everyone. We will now take an hour-and-a-half lunch break before we say the next names. I was like, oh, perfect timing for this. Then we reconvene at 2:30. They brought 12 more people's names, and then after another hour and a half, from 200 people, they brought up 32, and then they chose the 14 from that 32 when there's 200 people there.
That's good.
It's ridiculous. It was a waste of time. And hey, I know it's our right. I'm sorry, I'm watching the Leafs game as well. It's our, on Canadian rights.
Yeah, Ryan absolutely cares about his Canadian rights.
But fuck, it was just, it was so uncomfortable. The most uncomfortable seats of all time. I snuck out. I made some pizza by me making pizza. My mom made me pizza the day before, and I had leftovers. I stuck out in the courtroom and just munching down some homemade pizza. But yeah, that's my dump.
Safe
Hopefully we have some more
Ryan
drafts.
Is not getting selected.
Yeah, that's just. But hey, good system, man. Let's figure this out. But how about you? Hopefully you have a draft, and hopefully you don't go double dump for our first day.
No. I've been high on. I'm drafting Jackson Dart.
Yeah,
I've been high on him forever. I've been high on him forever. I was saying before the draft, I think he's going to pan out and be good in the NFL. And you give him a head coach in Brian Dable, who's pretty good at making quarterbacks, other than Daniel Jones, making quarterbacks seem very good in the NFL. So yeah, Jackson Dart he played, and their defense is good, but I was going to dump the Philly offense, but I don't want to get the smoke from the Philadelphia fans. Yeah, I don't want to get the smoke from the Philadelphia fans. I just think he's on a roll, and he's going to be good for pretty long. I think he's going to have ebbs and flows. I think you're going to see maybe a potential loss this week coming up.
Big test coming up. Big test.
Yeah. I think you're going to see a potential loss. But other than that, I also wanted to draft my own take of the Carolina Panthers Dallas Cowboys trap game.
Trap game.
Just absolutely beautiful. You know how good I felt when I turned on Sunday Morning NFL and they were talking about how it was a trap game for the Cowboys, and I was like, set it first.
If Carolina played all the season at home, they'd be Super Bowl champs. They're unbelievable. They'll get guaranteed 30 points. They may let up 30, but they'll win that game. But yeah, thank God. All right. But yeah, let's get into it a lot. Again, I think we were talking about this right before recording. Basically, the biggest news of every season happens the day after we record. I think it was the Kaprizov deal happened the day after. And now the win we're waiting for, McDavid. Let's get right into it. A lot of signings. He was kind of the domino false.
Let me tell you real quick. Emerson's story after McDavid signed made me want to cry.
We're gonna. I have some takes on Emerson that I want to get to, or Edmonton fucking insider, this piece of shit. But yeah, it was I think everyone expected once he was going to sign. I think the dominoes for a lot of other guys were going to sign. So 2 years, $12.5 million. Only thing I wrote was just holy bargoon. Like I don't know the exact percentage towards the cap, but when he signed his first deal at 12.5, 8 years out of his entry-level deal, I think his cap percentage towards the salary cap was like 12-ish, maybe 12 to 15. And now him signing 12.5 again when the salary cap has gone up a ton, I think it's now below 10%, like 9%. And it's basically equivalent to him signing $9 million out of his entry-level deal. His ultimate guys move, I think we projected that max 3 years. I think most people expected 2 years. And I think we were expecting 2 years at like 14, 15. And the fact that he's taking 12.5 is just, he's the best player in the world. Insane. He wants to fucking win. They have so much cap space now. And right after he signed, Matthias Ekholm signed 3 years, $4 million a year. Jake Wallman, I think he already signed before that, but 7x7. They have some flexibility. He wants to win. And he wants to win Edmonton. But I think this is like, hey, he has 1 year, obviously, after this. He has 1 year left. Now 2 more years. So it's 3 years total. It's Edmonton. You got 3 years. I'm not saying it's guaranteed I'm leaving if we don't win, but let's make some movements. Let's try and get something done. And yeah, good for him. I wanted, like, I think last year, I think we're Toronto fans. We want to win them seed more than anything. But after Toronto got out and Detroit scored, fuck me. But 44 seconds. 44 seconds left. So that's not good.
So
But yeah,
that's
congrats,
great. We're
Connor.
1-2.
You fucking fuck you, McDavid. Come to Toronto. But yeah, McDavid, again, like I said, when Toronto got out, I think we were all in Edmonton. And I think they're 1-1 right now. They had a tough loss to Calgary opening nights where they're up 3-0. McDavid was looking like he could do whatever the fuck he wanted that game. But then Calgary clawed back and won in, I think it was overtime or shootouts. But yeah, but then they had a big win in Vancouver the other nights. But yeah, that was the first domino to fall. I don't know what your thoughts on McDavid re-signing at that number, but you must have been completely shocked.
I was definitely shocked. I was like, I didn't get it. I mean, I get it, but like the guy wants to win. Okay, so you sign for 2 years, $12.5 million. You have extra cap space for them to maybe bring guys in. But it's like the amount of pieces they've lost on this roster. Like, I think they're going to be good, but I don't know. It's also like, it's interesting. You think he's going to sign a mega extension for term after this? I don't think so. I think after 2 years, if they don't do anything and they can't make a rush into the playoffs, then he's going to go somewhere else.
Yeah, I just think he wants to win. If it's signing a short-term deal after this with another team, like maybe not Edmonton, I think he'll do it. Right?
That's what I mean. Like I think that it's not off the table. And I think what he said is like, I think he deserves at some point that he deserves to kind of make up his own destiny at this 100%. Point. He's clearly proved himself.
And I think, Edmonton fans or Canadian fans in general is going to be a little nuts sometimes. But if he gives it all he has and they go to another 2 finals and don't win in those 3 years, if he leaves, if he returns, I don't think they'd boo him at all. Like that's the one case where it's like, what else do you fucking want? Like he's done everything possible that he can. So the last little 30 seconds here. But yeah, good for McDavid. Let's see if they go.
I'll rip through some of these other deals while Ryan pays attention. You talked about Ekholm. And then Kyle Connor. I think we've both been pretty high on Kyle Connor. Signs 8 years at $12 million a year. Richest deal in franchise history by $37 million.
Yeah, Winnipeg hasn't had many stars come through there. At least
I think we both
stay,
pretty high on him. So yeah, I think well deserved.
And then Jack Eichel. I mean, I think he's proven it this year. I think his number was going down and down. So 8 years, 13.5. We knew he was going to be more than Marner, who makes 12. But I mean, you're talking about. I love Matthews, but we were talking about one of the best centers in the entire NHL. And we're seeing he's at this point in time, we're filming on a Monday, the 13th of October, and he's leading the league, I think it was 7 points. He flies. And I mean, if he stays healthy, he's guaranteed 100 points.
Let me tell you how happy I was.
Unbelievable.
Speaking of Vegas, they go to overtime against the Knights or the Kings, and Marner has a chance to extend the shootout and cannot.
Fuck you, Marner. Yeah, I mean, they're going to put up each 100 points this year. There's no doubt about it. But yeah, moving on for another signing. Jack Roslovic, a guy who I think Leafs fans wanted, especially myself wanted. But literally during the second period of the Edmonton game, it was just like, yeah, Roslovic signs 1 year, 2.5 at Edmonton. I was like, oh, okay. And I mean, it's a solid top 9 solution for them. They've been needing some more depth and force, especially losing with Connor Brown, a lot of the guys. I have been liking Trent Frederick with McDavid and Draisaitl. I do think that can work out very well, kind of like a power forward. Has put up numbers in Boston before. But yeah, it was weird with Roslovic. I think they offered them that same deal earlier in the summer, and he said no. I think he was looking for a long-term extension, but he just wasn't getting anything. I don't think there were no bites, and he was like, hey, fuck it, one more prove it year at Edmonton. So give me 50, 60 points, maybe playing with Connor, and then hopefully cash in again. But if he does that, Edmonton won't bring him back. They can't afford him, but we'll see. But yeah, good for him. See what he does at Edmonton. I'm excited to see what line he's put on. And the final signing, a signing that actually happens the day we record, which is fantastic. Lane Hudson. Say what you want about him. This to me is also just a complete bargain. Like this is 8 years, 8.85 AAV. It was getting worrisome because I wrote down here as well, like he was willing to take 8-year deal worth a little less than Dobson, but Montreal couldn't figure it out. Like Dobson makes 9.5. I think he was willing to take anything below that, or maybe between that and 9 at 8 years, and they couldn't get it done. I'm like, I would have given him Dobson's contract. Like honestly, I thought that was crazy. I mean, say what you want maybe about his defensive skills. So far, I think he's looked awesome. I'm not sure what his point totals are, but he's so dominant with the puck. And again, you keep make fun of me for saying it, but with the salary cap and what his money is making, like even if he's just a strictly offensive defenseman and doesn't really do much defensively, but he'll get you 60, 70 points every year, 8.8 is a great number to be at. Like again, that's a few years ago. That's like a $6.5, $7 million deal. Like, yeah, you need to play defense at this level of. His defense isn't that bad. I know he's smaller, but he can shift his way around things. And honestly, to me, I'm not sure. I'm not saying he'll get there, but his ceiling is Quinn Hughes. That's what he plays like. That's a big praise because Quinn Hughes to me is like an MVP caliber defenseman. But the way he plays, the way he skates, like that's his ceiling. And then if his floor is kind of this 50, 60 point offensive defenseman who's a great skater, like that's not even that bad of a value. So I think Montreal got an absolute steal at that contract because if he had a better year this year, because he had 66 points last year, if he had 70 plus next year or this year currently, like we're talking about a 10, 11 plus $1 million contract.
Yeah, I agree. I don't got much. You laid it all out. I don't got to say anything.
I miss fucking. My brother texted me, went to washroom. Did Wing score off the icing? Riley actually a moron for that. Yeah, he is. That's true, Jack. But yeah, just fuck. God damn
Jack's got to feel pretty good after last night.
Yeah, Jack's. It's so his TV's behind me, and we text during all the games, especially Lions and Bills games. And he texted me saying, "Goff TD, LOL, that's huge." And then I'm ahead of him, and I was like, yeah, it's just give it a few seconds and you'll see the flag.
We'll get to that. We'll get to the NFL
so
breaking
Logan
news for the fucking Chiefs again.
So now some deals that didn't go through, or a deal that didn't go through. Logan Cooley turned down an 8-year, $9.6 million deal with the Utah Mammoth.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think he was the 3rd overall pick. I think it's 2022 or 2021 where Slavkovsky went 1st overall. He's looked awesome. I think he had like 70 points last year, and I'm expecting to do a lot better this year. Again, can you blame him? I know it's hard for a 20-year-old kid to see that money in front of him, but if he has a point-a-game season or even close to 90 points, like what? I don't want fucking 9.6. Like they have some guys locked up. They have Gunther locked up cheap. They have Keller locked up cheap. They got Peterka, signed him cheap. He's like, I'm the best player here. And he's looking towards that, but maybe Keller's still there. But yeah, I don't blame him. I wouldn't blame him if he taken that deal because it's still a very good contract. But he's like, fuck you. And he's looking for at least $10 million. And I think he can get it. I'm not sure how he's playing this year, but
he can probably get it.
That's
I mean, it's so tough to judge anyone. We're fucking 3 games into the season.
I know. But so now, well, quickly, this kind of leads into my argument with our Oilers jock sniffer. So Pietrangelo career likely over. That sucks. That's horrible. I can't remember what it is, but it's something that he didn't want to play in the Four Nations because of it, which I respect a ton out of him. And it's something that's lingering. I think he played in the playoffs, and now it's just an injury that they just don't. Because he's on. So now
I don't think he played in the playoffs at all.
I think he played a little bit. I think he played a little bit, but I can't.
Out for all of the playoffs.
He might have been, but it's just. So they put him on long-term, because obviously there's new rules with salary cap in the playoffs and everything. So he's on long-term IR, where it's like he can't come back. Like that salary cap, it's dead cap. Like they can't. It's not going for salary cap because he can't come back. That's like they're saying like this season he is done, which sucks. But then leading into the argument, me and Emerson, because I was bored in the courthouse. So what do? I text Emerson. It was actually, I got the news at the courthouse that when McDavid signed. So obviously I was texting him and everything like that. So we were talking about good teams in the West, and he's like, no one compares the Edmonton Oilers. Like, sure, I guess. And I was saying some decors I like. I said, I like Colorado's. I like Vegas's a ton, Dallas. And he said, he's like, Vegas. He's like, Edmonton's defense is way better than Vegas. And I was like, hey, hold on. I said, without Pietrangelo, I said, yeah, I can see it. But I said, well, with Pietrangelo healthy, because I think Pietrangelo is an incredible defenseman, a Team Canada defenseman, I think Vegas' defense is way better than Edmonton's. And he thought I was insane for that. Plus, like I said, without Pietrangelo, yeah, I could see Edmonton's being better. But I personally, even though Edmonton beat them last year, I would still take Vegas' D. I think maybe not without Pietrangelo. So here's the decor. So Oilers have Ekholm and Bouchard, a great top pairing, especially with Ekholm's healthy. I think it's a very underrated pairing, top in the league. Darnell Nurse and Jake Wallman. We love Jake. I think we've praised Jake Wallman quite a bit. He's Jake really Wallman. Solid defenseman. Darnell Nurse, he's a okay top 4. I think if you look past his price tag, he's better than you think he is. He's a good skater. He's tough. Yeah, but then you see $9 million, then you think the other thing. But he's still I think he's a very solid defenseman. I don't think he's an above average top 4 defenseman on this team. I don't think he's that good, but I think he's all right for what he could do. And then Brett Kulak and Emerson. He's trying to tell me that Kulak's one of the most underrated defensemen in the league. I'm like, okay, relax. And Vegas, this is Vegas' defense without Pietrangelo. Shea Theodore, I think he's a number 1 D-man, like Four Nation defenseman. Yeah. He was awesome.
He was
Braden McNabb, just a meat and potatoes top 4 defenseman. Noah Hannafin, a USA Four Nations defenseman who was awesome.
Yeah, played unbelievable.
Zach Whitecloud is, again, top 4 right-handed, like meat and potatoes type defenseman. Jeremy Lauzon, who they got in the Nick Hague trade, who led the league in hits a few years ago, and then a guy who I'm not too sure of, Caden Korzak. And then, like I said, I think Edmonton, without Pietrangelo, I can see Edmonton's D being better. But you're saying a Vegas top four of Theodore, Hannafin, Pietrangelo, then McNabb is worse than Edmonton's top four of Ekholm, Bouchard, Nurse, Wallman. I think that's ridiculous. I think you gotta stop being so biased. I think they're an underrated defense core. I think they get a lot of heat, but let's grow up here. All right, I'm gonna post this clip too, so I'm gonna tag them in it. Because we're in a beef right now. I think. I don't know. What's your thoughts? Am I crazy?
Can't believe he's an Oilers fan and a Seattle Seahawks fan. That's wild to me. But I don't know. I'm not knowledgeable enough about decors in the NHL if we're gonna be 100% honest. But his comments about when you texted me, I was at work. I see the text message come up on my Apple Watch, and I started crying laughing. But then his comments about he didn't need to get personal. All right, sports are sports.
Yeah, he started roasting the pod. It was crazy.
Yeah,
he's like, "Oh, don't go up to Edmonton D." Then I'm like, "Okay, some things are bigger than other. Let's be honest here."
Yeah.
So yeah, no, we're beefing. And next time I see him,
he's obviously
slapped.
Yikes. All right, we're
Yep. No.
He's obviously just upset. You've been to the playoffs or you've been to the Cup Finals the last 2 years in a row. You've lost the last 2 years in a row.
Yeah,
the chance of making it a third year in a row. Obviously, Edmonton's good. We're not going to not say that they're good. But all the teams in the West, you could argue, got better. Vegas, you could argue, gets better with Marner and the other moves they've made. Colorado looks great. The Stars look... Rantanen is firing at an unbelievable rate. The Stars look
MVP
great.
MVP sleeper, I said. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's Colorado, trust me, we'll get into Colorado and how fucking insane they are right now. But they add Brent Burns. He's looked awesome. It's just his arrogance and how no defense can touch the Oilers. It's like, come on now. Give me Theodore with McDavid and he'll put up the numbers Bouchard has. I like Bouchard. I think he's a top 10 D-man. I think not a lot of D-men can do what he does, but put another elite D-man in there and he's going to put up similar points. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying what our friend Owen has said, who's like, "Oh, put Matt Dumba in there and he'll put 80 points." That's ridiculous. But I think there's a lot of good teams in the West. And you can say all you want. He's like, "Oh, well, Edmonton beat Vegas last year in the playoffs." I get that. But it's tough, man. Colorado looks great. Dallas looks great. I think Minnesota is going to be a great team this year. Boldy's looking awesome. Kaprizov's doing what he does. But yeah, that was just kind of my rant there. And I'll tell him. No, and I'll say it to his face as well. But some other kind of key notes here. I've been intrigued to see how Chicago does this year. I think they're 0-2-1. I'm pretty sure they actually look great. They're fast. They're getting in people's faces. Bedard has 2 goals, point a game. Nazar looks awesome. The rookie defenseman Sam Rosell look awesome. They're a more fun team to watch. Their actual lineup doesn't look the greatest, but they're skating. They're being more intense. They're not getting pushed around anymore. You saw Bedard going at it with Josh Anderson.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, you'd get fucking murdered. But I respect Bedard for doing that. But I think this is a different team. I think they're more exciting. I think it's Nazar, actually. He looks awesome. They're going to be more... Last year, they were just depressing to watch, even though with Bedard, I think they're going to be a lot better this year. They're still not going to be close to the playoffs, but I don't know. Have you seen any of the highlights or catch up any Chicago games? They had the first game against Florida, and Bedard was flying out there. He was ripping the puck.
Dude, I've been so locked in on the Bills. I'm not going to lie. I've been so locked in on the Bills. I've been locked in on the Bills. I watched the first 2 Leafs games. The opening game against Montreal I thought was great, and then we'll get into that. But I've been so locked in on the Bills. I've been... Yeah.
Moving over, we said Florida. They're 3-0 right now. Trust me, I didn't think they're going to be completely dead in the water without Barkov or Kachuk, but their D-core and goaltending can easily lead them to not just playoffs, top of the spot in Atlantic. Blood and Forsling. You're not scoring on that D-core. They're quick, they're tough, they're just so smart. And Seth Jones, we saw what he did in the playoffs. So they're so Nico Mikkola, they can and guy even Verhaeghe, all their forward core, even without Barkov and Kachuk, their D-core and toughness and Marchand and everything, they'll lead them.
I think the difference.
I would be surprised if they win Atlantic.
Yeah, difference you're going to see, I think we're seeing it right now with Toronto, is you kind of got to find your identity, and we talked about this a lot. You have so many changes, and especially big changes throughout the year, whereas Florida just kept even keel. Obviously, they don't have Barkov and Kachuk, but you have the same guys. They know what it's like playing, whereas with Toronto right now, you can see you're still figuring out everyone's game. There's
Yeah.
so many different changes within the lines. Berube is gonna like the Leafs to me will be firing by like late October,
You lost a
early
big,
November.
you lost a big piece, right, on offense. You're establishing lines. I still think they look good. They could be a lot better. Matthews is ripping a puck everywhere he goes, which I love. I don't care if he gets 10 shots a game. Like, that's what I want.
You can't say they look bad. It's just like it's tough to put it all together away within the first 3 games.
Yeah, and but yeah, like you said with Florida, like when you have that culture, if you miss some big pieces, that culture's still there, and that identity of your game is still there, and the guys can pick up the slack.
You see it across all kinds of sports.
Yeah.
You see it with the Chiefs. Chiefs lose Tyreek Hill. Everyone thinks, oh, they're not going to be able to get to a Super Bowl without Tyreek Hill. What do? They get to a Super Bowl without Tyreek Hill. Like you see it time and time again. That's why Tom Brady was so great. That's why these teams go on crazy runs like Tampa. Tampa had an established core group of guys. That's why they go to the Stanley Cup 3 years in a row. Same with Florida. So it's establishing an identity within your team and then sticking to it. You can't, and it's not that I think last year Toronto tried to change their identity, but they tried to keep pace with Florida, and Florida was playing at such a fast pace that Toronto kind of tried to do too much. Whereas if they stick to their own game, I think they have a better chance at beating Florida in Game 7. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. The Leafs will get it figured out. I believe in Berube and like. I don't know. You can even like Cowan. Cowan looked good today. You can't say that he didn't. Like he had some big hits.
I was going to say, I think he looked awesome. I think he looked really, really good. He didn't do too much out there. I think is exactly what you want from your top prospect. He didn't do too much. I think he fit right in with Nyes and Matthews. I think if that's how that line looks in their first actual full game together, I think that's signs of good things to come. Yeah. Obviously, Berube likes to mix lines up again when they need some offense to put Nylander on that line, which is awesome. Yeah, I think Cowan looked great. He's not a guy who's going to flash his hands too much, maybe his skating or any physicality, but he's a smart player. He did way better than I thought he was. He looked super confident. He had one shift where he was cycling with Matthews and Nyes for like a minute, and they looked awesome. Again, I don't think he played perfect. Obviously, Leafs sadly lost that game, but I think he looked really good, and I'm hoping they play. I think they play Wednesday against Nashville.
And they play Nashville
I expect
tomorrow.
The lines up tomorrow. Yeah, sorry, Nashville tomorrow, and I don't expect any lineup changes. I like Cowan on that line, and I think the offense is going to come. Again, you lose a 100-point player. I think with Toronto, it's a hate bringing up Florida all the time, but you got to look at how they do things now. It's getting home ice advantage in the playoffs is awesome, getting the highest seeds you can, but it's more get to the playoffs and then your style of play will work. Berube's style of play will work, right? Before I was so nervous about winning the division. Now you're going to have to go through one of these teams, right? So I think you can figure out your identity, figure out your style. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the first game against Montreal, it wasn't pretty. The first game's never pretty, but you can say that they kind of dominated towards the end. And then even the second game against Detroit, first period kind of dominated. Second period tapered off a bit, and then third period just let it go. But even today, you could say they pretty well dominated shots on net, the offensive zone, and some unlucky breaks and some silly mistakes, but overall as a team they look good, and those chances, obviously Talbot played out of his mind today. Those chances will turn into goals.
Yeah,
and what do you think? 3 games in, 3 games is not going to change the fucking season.
No, we're just figuring shit to come up with right now. It's early on. Hockey's back. We're excited. Yeah, I've been liking Nick Wall. I think he's been a great addition on the PK. I like Joshua.
Yeah, me too.
Michelli's shown flashes. I think he's done some Marner plays where he just tosses a pizza up the middle sometimes, like he did today in Detroit. But I think his game will come along a bit more. Again, he didn't play a lot last year, didn't have his best year, but I think his game will come along. I think Domi's looked solid. And a guy who he did fuck up today, which kind of caused to the goal and the icing and everything. But our best player right now is Morgan Rielly. He has looked phenomenal. I think he looked great in Montreal. He looked like the old Rielly who is constantly engaged with the play. He's constantly skating up and down the ice. He's not just standing still at the blue line. He's constantly engaged. He's joining the rush. And I loved when we got Carlo last year because I knew they'd be a good pairing. I think it took him a while to kind of figure each other out. But I knew at the beginning of the season that a pairing of Rielly and Carlo, Rielly doesn't have that pressure on him to play stellar defense. Carlo's a great shutdown guy. He can stay back, kind of let Rielly do his thing. And I think it's played dividends. I think they've looked great together. Carlo is the type of player where you don't notice him at all, and that's a good thing. Like we say before, as a kind of a 4th, 5th, 6th defenseman. And Rielly's looked awesome. He kind of had that fuck up against Detroit just now, but he got a goal in Montreal. He's looked great in the Detroit game. He's skating. He's moving his feet. And we need him to do that because Marner was kind of that top of the piece of that power play. So getting him his feet back and his offensive ability back is huge for us because he had like 70 points a few years ago, right?
Yeah.
So he has it in him. He's not too old, but I think he's been our best player, and it's good to see.
I agree.
I mentioned Bedard too. I already talked about Chicago, but I do want to get into football because there's a lot of talk. We obviously talk about the Monday night football game, Sunday night, and all that stuff. I do want to bring up Matthew Schaefer though. He looks absolutely unreal already. Game 1, 17 minutes, +1 assist. Game 2, 26 minutes. He was even +- 1 goal, 8 shots, and today played 25 minutes, even 1 assist, 4 shots. He looks awesome. And everything I said about Riley, the same thing I can go for Schaefer. He's just constantly skating. Might be the best skater I've seen at that young. Reminds me of when Cale Makar came in the playoffs and just no lack of confidence, just skating in a play, staying engaged. People were chirping his celly when he scored. I'm like, dude, it's his first NHL goal. His dad's in the stands. Obviously, his mom passed away a year ago. At home, I know it made a 4-2 in the game look like it was over, but like, fuck off. It's like when they chirped Larkin for scoring the goal in game 1, made it 1-0. Yeah, he cellied hard, but I don't know, fun to score goals sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck, man. You're playing you're doing what everyone else wants to do.
Yeah.
People
are
awesome
chirping, yeah. It's in Islanders, they're looking, like, I think they're 0-3. I think they lost today, but Patrick Waugh is not afraid to play whoever the fuck he wants to play, and he's playing his 18-year-old defenseman 26 minutes a night, and I can't say it's working, but he's a point a game. He's not looking, he has so much confidence, and I'm excited to see what he does the rest of the year. Wrapping up a little bit here, Anaheim looks scary. They can score a lot of goals. Cutter looks awesome. 2 goals by fantasy sleeper. Brady Martin, the 5th overall pick. Farmer from Aurora is the #1 center for Nashville right now, which is hilarious. And yeah, before we wrap up here, hockey, I don't get the football. Even though we've been chirping Colorado in the situation with, not paying rent in 12, not to pay Natchez. Natchez is not a bad player to give 10, 11 million right now. Him and McKinnon. I don't know if you saw McKinnon's goal today against Buffalo. I know it is Buffalo, but this Avs offense, they do the same thing every year. I think if you can get Natchez to 10, 11, I know Ranton at 12 is a kick in the dick right now, but Natchez at 10 or 11 is not a consolation prize. He is playing insane. Rantanen wasn't known for his skating, and Natchez definitely is, and him and McKinnon are just dancing around guys. Carr is being Makar. I mean, they lost in shootouts to the Dallas, and Rantanen scored the shootout winner. But fuck, Colorado looks good. And Blackwood's not even back yet. Scott Wedgwood's been playing great, but Colorado's looking fucking insane. But I wasn't going to bring up Buffalo, but I feel bad for Buffalo fans. Buffalo, people are already wearing brown paper bags and throwing jerseys on the ice, and they've played 2 or 3 games.
Yeah,
I know there was a big Twitter outburst for when they scored their first goal. I just feel bad. I don't know what you do here. And I was listening to Chicklets today, and think back a few years ago. I don't know if it's 4 or 5, maybe 6 years ago. Imagine if Buffalo Sabres let Jack Eichel get the surgery. Imagine where they would look right now. You're talking about a guy who is, you can argue he's one of the top 3 center in the league right now. He's playing unbelievable, Stanley Cup champion. Like the dominoes that fall after that. I can't remember if Reinhart was traded before or after Eichel. I think he was traded after Eichel. Fuck, man. And it's just, now what do you do? Again, it's so early. We're beating a dead horse right now, but fuck, man, you got some great players on that team, and I don't know what's going to happen for them.
Gulas are more locked in on the Bills than they are the Sabres. So.
They are locked in on the Bills. And I will say one thing, though, is Grinelli sounds been Chickless, a conspiracy theory. He's a massive conspiracy theorist. You know who owns the Penn State University or hockey arena?
Wow.
Or who it's named after?
Or no?
No, not that.
That's a bad one.
As long as you make yourself laugh sometime, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. You fucking clown.
Named after Terry Pegula?
It's Terry Pegula at the Terry Pegula Arena. I think if Buffalo finishes last by a mile, and they somehow get like the 5th overall pick and drop from first, I think you got to move the team. I think it's just something that you can't bounce back from. But let's see how it goes. We're early in the season. We're trying to think of stuff to say, but we're so pumped hockey's back. Some of our bets are mine's still football for now, but I'm definitely going to transfer over to some hockey bets. But are you ready to talk about some NFL? And
let me talk about this fucking stupid game, and then we'll move forward.
Yeah, but Leafs next few games. 14th Nashville, 16th New York, and 18th Seattle. Definitely, I know Seattle's undefeated right now, but hopefully we can go 3-0.
That's 3 dubs.
But yeah, Patriots, Bills. We're gonna be talking about Week 5. Obviously, recap we do Sunday night and Monday night as well. But Patriots win 23-20. I'll give you the kind of floor.
The worst first half of football I've ever watched in my life.
Yeah, really bad.
Sean Hokuli or whatever, the fucking ref, needs to be investigated by the NFL. His games that you watch, yes, there is a place, obviously. Being a referee in the NFL is obviously a profession. You should be good at your job. But to make the game as unwatchable as it was on Sunday, from the first half, the amount of penalties called on the Bills, to the second half, the amount of penalties called on the Page. They called one more illegal formation penalty. I was going to turn my fucking TV off. It was ridiculous. But yeah, anyway, the Bills offense, sloppy. The Patriots offense was sloppy too in the first half. Like, there was 3 turnovers to pretty well start the game. Stephon Diggs and Dalton Kincaid were the only 2 players, in my opinion, and Drake May in the second half were the only 2 players who really established any kind of dominance. Obviously, Stephon Diggs goes for over 150 in a revenge game. I mean, you can call it what you want, a revenge game. It was the first time he played in Buffalo, but he had already played Buffalo once when he was with Houston. Houston won, same score, 23-20, I believe. Like, I don't know. It seems to always be the Bills' fucking tradition to lose an early game in October and then go on a string. So, yeah. I mean, the Patriots are a little scary. They're now 4-2. Obviously, they won this weekend, but they'll fold at some point. They're still a young team. They're still new. Yeah, I'm not worried.
Yeah. It's just sloppy. That's just, I was texting that. It was just sloppy.
Joe Brady needs to establish some sort of offensive mindset and what he wants to do early on in a game. Like today, the offensive mindset should be feed James Cook the ball, feed Ty Johnson the ball, let them run on this goddamn defense. Don't throw up deep balls. These 2 safeties that are play for Atlanta are ridiculously good. Don't throw up stupid deep balls. Like the 2 early passes to Keon Coleman of like fadeaway jumpers on 2nd and 7 and then 3rd and 7 on your own 40-yard line was ridiculous. Made no sense.
Yeah.
It made 0 sense. So like Joe Brady needs to establish some sort of clear offensive mindset going into a game. And I don't think he's wholeheartedly to blame. I think Josh Allen's getting impatient. And this is when you see him throw interceptions, is when he gets impatient. So it's like, but yeah. It's not a bad loss. And for people roasting me in the comments, like saying that the game could go either way, clearly I wasn't wrong. Like, clearly I was not wrong. It's a divisional.
They're morons.
Divisional round games. Some guy said we have MVP 17. Well, he didn't look like the fucking MVP in that game.
No, he didn't.
Let me tell you. So, the offensive line needs to shore up their problems. We have false start penalties. We have too many pre-snap penalties. Keon looked okay, but here's the thing. At the deadline, we need a number 1 wide receiver. So I don't care what you have to go out and get. Maybe go get Chris Olave, trade for Rashid Shaheed, do something to get an actual playmaker. Odell wouldn't hurt. Have an actual veteran wide receiver, and then we need safeties. Like, obviously we have so many guys on the IR right now. Like Michael Hoyt was suspended for 6 games, so he's eligible to come back after our bye. Larry Ogunjobi was suspended for 6 games. He's eligible to come back after our bye. They still haven't opened up a practice window for Waxwell Harrison, which sucks. Like, Trey White isn't bad, but he's not washed, but he's not the same guy.
Isn't Jordan Poyer going to make his debut tonight,
which I don't hate? The only thing that you have to at least stop Bijan in first down and second down, and then threaten Michael Penix to throw the ball deep, and we should cruise to a win. You need to feed James Cook the ball. Like, the problem is that Joe Brady what worked against the Patriots was you had Dalton Kincaid going across the middle and not challenging the safeties downfield or challenging the corners downfield, and that worked. 20, 30-yard gains. Then for some reason, you just went away from that and were like, let's just throw deep balls. And, like, to be honest, Josh Allen on the 3rd down, I don't know how it wasn't a penalty, but on the 3rd down, when he rolls out to the right, he has a clean pocket and he's got Curtis Samuel completely open across the middle for a touchdown. It's like, you just need to not be as impatient, and divisional round games are way different. But yeah, it's a dumb fucking loss. Whatever. We're still 4-1, still top of the AFC East. Well, let me tell you, the Chiefs are coming quick, and but this was a huge loss for me, and made my Sunday, this made my week better.
Yeah, so Jaguars win 31-28. It was a pretty good game. It was an awesome game to watch.
Dub.
Mahomes was awesome till his pick 6.
That was huge.
99 yards.
That guy runs so slow. The fact that no one caught him was insane.
I know. Mahomes is Chiefs' leading rusher. Same thing for Trevor. 2 touchdowns. I remember when in the late game touchdown, people are mocking Chris Jones because lack of effort. Trevor was just going to fall on the ball, but then he saw he had time. He's like, I'll just keep going.
Oh, yeah, he got tripped by his own center.
Yeah, and but yeah, great game for him. It was Hunter's best game of the season. I don't think he was phenomenal, but PFF graded him as a top 5 player on defense and offense. He had that insane catch that Trevor, it was like a 40-yard throw, which was awesome.
Trey
better on defense.
Strikeout, number 1.
Yeah, it's guaranteed. But yeah, I mean, we'll talk about Travis Hunter's game this week, but against the Chiefs, he was awesome. But definitely showed flashes on both sides of the ball. But we'll talk about how they lost to the Seahawks. But
oh my god, they called that a fucking ball. Sorry, I'm also watching the Blue Jays game.
Did they?
They called it a fucking ball. It was a strike for sure.
Oh, 2-2. One on base. Perfect.
Fuck. Well, my feed is slow, so that's great.
Oh, because
Anyway.
Randy. Oh, it's on Cal Raleigh. Oh, fuck me. Okay. Yeah. So we'll talk about now getting into week 6 here. Great Thursday night game. Eagles, Giants. Giants win 34-17. Dart's is electric. I picked up Dart in fantasy because I have Lamar out. He was awesome. Great confident in the rushing game. Scatabo 3 tuds. No Jalen Carter. It seemed like pre-game, like something happened. I saw he talked to his agent and talked with Howie Rosen, and then just he didn't play. I'm not sure because of the turf or anything like that. But yeah, man, the Eagles, they were off to a hot start. Now something with their offense. At one point, there's 4 straight tush pushes.
Dude.
But yeah, what are your thoughts on that game?
The Eagles are, I just don't get it. First of all, tush push should be illegal. At this point, every single week they do it. There's a false start, and the refs aren't calling it. The NFL challenged the refs. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. It clearly does nothing. Like, they did not get Saquon involved. Jalen Hurts is missing wide open AJ Brown a lot. The interception he threw in the fourth quarter, he had AJ Brown wide open across the middle and just decided to swing it out to Jahan Dotson. Oh, that's great. There's 2 on base. But yeah, the Giants look good. I think they're going to be a good young team. I think it's going to ebbs and flows. I think Jackson Dart has a lot of potential. I still think there's a lot of room for growth. But yeah, I think overall the Giants are going to be pretty good. They got a good defensive core. Their offense is looking pretty good. They get Malik Neighbors back next year. It's going to be electric for them.
That sucks, man, because him and Neighbors, like Dart and Neighbors, that would have been a sick to see this year. That really sucks. Yeah, Cam Scatterbo is awesome. He's a little bit reckless, but he's a fucking animal. And the fucking guy. And do you see him on like the panel with
the post game with Fitzpatrick?
Yeah, Fitzpatrick, that was awesome. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, getting into Sunday now. You had a great record. I think you were 11-2. Yeah. You were 11-2. I think the only game wrong you had was,
and that's horrible.
Is it bases loaded?
It's 3-run home run.
That's good.
The Blue Jays, I might just stop watching actually and focus on the
watching.
Podcast. That's on me.
That's how we do it. Yeah, no, you're all good.
That's on me.
Let's try and stay positive here. Leafs lose and perfect. Okay,
let's go to Sunday
game of
morning.
The year.
Absolute
game of the year.
Stinker of a game. If you do the stats, and I respected Aaron Glenn's response to this reporter asking about Justin Fields, but if you look at the stats, the amount of times he got sacked, which Denver's defense is just unbelievable. Their offense, for some reason, can't figure it out. He had 45 yards passing. He got sacked 9 times. He realistically had negative 10 yards of offense. It was the absolute worst game of the year.
Yeah,
but the Broncos didn't even look that great. It was just their defense was unbelievable. Yeah, it's just I got nothing for it. I took the Broncos because it was easy to.
Yeah. Next one, Seahawks, Jaguars. Seahawks take the dub 20-12. Darnold and Trevor both were solid. 2 touchdowns each, almost 300 yards each. What was it, just Seahawks money line?
Seahawks money line and Darnold 1+ passing touchdown.
There you go. 0 run game in this game. Walker 34 yards. ETN 27 yards.
ATN, but fuck me.
I've been in my fantasy. He's been pissing me off recently after a hot start. But JSN 160 yards in a tud. He's like a top 5 receiver right now. He's been absolutely fucking insane.
You have no idea how much this screwed me over, though, on my one fantasy team because I dropped Mixon as my one keeper, and I wanted JSN, but the guy said that he would do it for me, and he apparently did not go through, and I played JSN this week, so fuck me. Anyway.
Brian Thomas Jr., probably best game of the year. He's starting to get more touches. He's starting to feel the game a bit more. 90 yards in a tud.
The catch,
so it sucks for Jaguars, but yeah, that was sick. I mean, Seahawks, they're coming. I mean, we'll talk about the 49ers, and then there's their constant injuries. I can't believe their injury luck these past 2 or 3 years, but Seahawks are coming. After a big win for Jaguars, they lose one, but they're still looking like a solid team. Next one. So Caitlin, my girlfriend's pick of the week. It was very close of hitting, and this would have been a massive dub for her, but Chargers beat the Dolphins. They always find a way to lose.
Fucking Tua turn the ball over.
But 3 interceptions. Chargers went 29-27. Herbert, 260 yards, 2 touchdowns. Chan was awesome, 128 yards, 2 touchdowns. I've never heard of this rusher for Chargers, but Kamani Vidal, 124 yards and 18 carries. Never heard of him.
Hampton's going to be out for a while, so.
Yeah. And it's safe to say that Lad McConkey's back. I think he had a great game.
Yeah.
His rush to steal the game was sick. He was just dodging guys left and right. He looked awesome.
Sure.
And I was scared because I have Darren Waller, and he was awesome for me last week. And he only had 2 points for fantasy, but then he got a touchdown late in the game, which was huge. But yeah, Dolphins, they just find a way to lose. That would have been an awesome win for them, and they still suck.
Daniel's going to lose his job at some point.
Yeah, it's getting really ugly.
Basically, what Tua said after is like, there's no discipline. There's no
Yeah.
discipline for people missing meetings and stuff. And that's basically directly calling out your head coach and your organization. Like,
Yep.
at some
Sure
point,
is.
you got to figure it out. So, yeah, it's a problem.
Yep. Next up, fuck the Ravens. Rams win 17-3.
He's going to hate you.
Who?
Kevin,
That's
my
okay.
brother.
That's okay. Cooper rushed 72 yards. Stafford wasn't his best.
The
Henry,
Ravens could've won
122
this game.
yards. Who only 2 receptions for Puka. I think he left the game, and his
Yeah, you got it.
availability for this weekend
No, he's
is
gonna be out.
unlikely. He's going to be out?
fly. Yeah, they got to fly to fucking London, and you're not going to.
Yeah. No.
You're not going to risk the fight to re-swole. Like, his
No.
ankle gets swollen up again.
And I will say I have Devontae Adams in fantasy, so that is huge for me. Not that it's a big deal or not, but yeah, I don't know if you have any other points in this game. I hadn't watched a ton of it. It didn't look like exciting. I saw some highlights, but just
The Ravens should have went out and
72
got it.
yards.
The Ravens should have went out and got Joe Flacco.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out for. I know Bengals lost, but I mean, they at least put up a fucking good fight against
Yeah.
the Packers. But
The Browns trading them in the division makes no sense. But
Mike Tomlin wasn't happy about that.
it makes no sense. The Steelers have to play the Bengals this week, and Joe Flacco's going to go fucking nuts on the table to Aaron Rodgers and say, 40 years old? How about me?
Yep. Yeah,
This was actually my game of the week. This game was gross.
the Cardinals Colts.
Yeah, it was a gross game.
I'm 5-1 lock of the week. I had the Colts covering the spread, which barely covered the spread, but Jacoby barely. Jacoby was solid. I mean, I know he had an interception, but 320 yards and a touchdown. Daniel Jones was okay. Jonathan Taylor was MVP of this game, and I wrote this down because we were texting during Sunday, like, Tyler Warren might already be a top 5 tight end.
Dude, I was high on him coming out of Penn State.
Yeah,
I watched
most of the season, you were always on Tyler Warren.
I watched one game of him playing USC, and they had a fucking weird trick play where Tyler Warren snapped the ball, but technically he was an eligible wide receiver, and he ran straight down the field, jumped 5 feet in the air, and caught the ball over a head top. Like, he's gross.
Just an athlete.
Yeah.
Just an athlete. And like, I know we did a lot of stuff on the pre-draft for the NFL. Yeah, I don't know if we both had him going to the Jets at 7 or something. We thought that'd be a great weapon for Justin Fields. They took an offensive tackle, I think, instead, and then we're like, oh my God, like if the Bears could sweep up Tyler Warren, that'd be insane for the Bears at 10 or 11. And they picked Colson Level, and you know,
He's been riddled with injuries.
Yeah, and I don't think he's going to be bad by any means. He's great at Michigan. He's had some solid showings, but just the fact that Warren's been this good is just like, fuck. And shout out Mikey V. He liked my tweet. I basically said Warren already top 5, and he liked my tweet, which was cool.
That's huge.
Shout out Mikey V. But yeah, Colts looking good. They're 5-1 now?
5-1. Dude, their defense, that was the worst game their defense has played, and their offense had helped them. Like, that's a full team.
Yeah.
The only thing that freaks me out is when you get later into the season, it just is like, really.
Yeah. But now, trap game
Trap
alert.
Dude, the
Cowboys at Panthers. Panthers win 30-27.
Oh,
I mean, Dak did all he could, I think. I thought he had a solid game. Bryce Young, 3 touchdowns. Panthers still perfect at home. Javonte did absolutely dick all on offense.
Rico Dowdle,
Pickens,
number 1 running back in the league.
Revenge game. Like 180 yards he fucking had?
All-purpose yards. He had over 200.
Jesus Christ. And Pickens was huge for me. That hurdle he had was insane. And I'll take it back. I was very low on Pickens, and I don't think you know that. He's looked awesome. He has shown his availability to fight for the ball, athleticism. I think 160 yards. He's been awesome. But, I mean, Jackson, he's showing what he knows. He's showing he knows ball.
I felt so good. I watched the end of that game yesterday, and we were at Taylor's parents' place for Thanksgiving, and I turned around and I go, they're gonna win, and I'm telling Ryan to repost that shit right now, and they're like, what are you what happened? And I go, I'm the smartest man in football.
Yeah, and I felt bad because trust me, I banged Jackson quite a bit, like I did for the video during the Bills pass game, which we kind of glanced over. Jackson called me and he's like, I am not your toy to play with right now.
Taylor was crying laughing because I sent Ryan a video during halftime, if you didn't see it on the Instagram story, and it was me saying what the Bills needed to do, and Ryan took that video.
After I asked him to do it, so I asked him to do that.
Ryan took that video and put crying water out of my eyes. And I called him, and I'm lying in bed waiting for the second half to start. And Ryan is wheezing, laughing. And Taylor looks over at me and goes, sounds like a fucking old man. And I was like, dude, I am not your fucking toy to just play around with.
Hilarious. But yeah. Then I was like, you know, I need to hype him up, get him a dub. So I tweeted it, put it on the story as well. And right after the game, I got so many. I saw all casts from Jackson. Trap game. But moving on here, back to the Patriots. Pat Swinton's 25-19 against the Saints. I said fuck you, Drake May, because he just looked really good again. I can't remember who his one throw was, but he has a great arm. He's been great in the pocket. And
threw a bomb
really
to Keyshawn Booty. Threw a bomb. Yeah. Stephon Diggs did nothing, so I was pumped about that.
Yep, huge.
Rattler.
Tuds.
My buddy who I work with, who is a Patriots fan, who also doesn't care about the Patriots right now because he is a bigger baseball fan and wants the Blue Jays to win. He's in a bad spot right now. I texted him because I wasn't watching. I was driving home from the cottage and I wasn't watching it. And I got Taylor to text him in the car. And I said, I can't wait till Spencer Rattler. He said, Drake May looks like prime Tom Brady. And I said, I can't wait till Spencer Rattler turns into prime Drew Brees. And he texts me back and he goes, dude, you actually weren't wrong. He's actually pretty good. I'm like, I know, he's not that bad.
He's not that bad. And I wanted to bring this up because I know we have some more games to get to, but like, what teams do you think Spencer Rattler would be on? And like, this would be, and trust me, I'm not saying he is the answer to some QB situations, but like, what's a team you could see him going on that doesn't have the best QB situation? You're like, I'm not saying they'd win a lot of games with him at it, but they would just be a lot more efficient on the offense and he'd maybe get better results. Like, I don't know, like a Raiders, like Vikings. Like, do you think some of these teams, do you think he'd actually could ball out and maybe get some more dubs?
Yeah. I mean, the Bears would be a good one. I like
Caleb.
I like Caleb, but he's not as mobile. I mean, even if you look at like the mobility, the thing that I think like Rattler can move around. Whereas like you look at like a CJ Stroud, the problem CJ Stroud has is he doesn't have a good O-line and then he can't really scramble crazy. Like I was hard on CJ Stroud coming out of college, like a pocket passer. That time in the NFL, in my opinion, is kind of gone. You don't see a proliferation of amazing pocket passers. Obviously you have like Aaron Rodgers, who is going to sit and throw balls, but Aaron Rodgers, his football IQ is through the roof and he's played in the NFL for so long, he can get away with it. But yeah, like, I mean, you put fucking Rattler on the Steelers. Steelers are 4-1 right now though. So like the AFC North is insane. The Steelers at 4-1. You have the fucking Bengals that now 2-4. The Ravens at 1-5 and the Browns at 1-5.
Yeah.
Insane. So
yeah. It's a weird league and it's just like I think it's the first time in a while. There's still some great teams who have good records. I know the Bills they're 5-1, so even after a tough loss, but like this is the first year where there's no undefeated teams now. And to me personally, there's not a team that's just clearly the number one or top two team. I know that again, the Bills are playing great. Eagles have fallen off. Chiefs are looking better. Lions had a tough loss, but last year, like Chiefs were 9-0 till they lost to the Bills. But to me, there's no clear number one team right now. I think everyone has a few amount of losses.
Listen to the American Football Conference standings. If I told you this week 1, this is what it was going to look like after week 5, you would think I'm fucking nuts. Colts 5-1, 4-0 at home, 1-1 away, 194 points for, 116 points against.
Jesus
Steelers 4-1, second overall in the AFC with 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers, 119 points for, 107 points against. Bills third, 4-1. 153 points, 113, obviously. Chargers, 4-2. Jags, 4-2. It's fucking insane, man.
It's crazy. And like it's again,
but if you look at the NFC compared to the AFC, the NFC's the NFC West is insane. You have the Niners at 4-2, the Seahawks at 4-2, the Rams at 4-2, and then the fucking Cardinals are 2-4. But you can argue that the Cardinals are a better team than like their losses right now.
Yeah, like they lost the Titans, which was a crazy loss and everything. And
even the NFC South, the Bucks are 5-1, the Panthers are 3-3. I think that they're 500 for the first time in like 4 years.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
NFC North, Packers are 3-1-1, Lions are 4-2, Vikings are 3-2, Bears are 2-2. NFC East, 4-2, 3-2, 2-3, 2-4. The 2-4 Giants just beat the 4-2 fucking Eagles.
Yeah.
And all 4 of the losses for the Giants have come against a team who that's their first win of the season.
Yeah. And that's why, like, I mean, we'll obviously get to our 10 commandments, but it's been tough, man. Like there's no games that I'm like, honestly, like super, super confident in. Anything can happen. And like, fuck, man. Like, I know, hey, trust me, there's been some blowouts, but I mean, it's anxious as like a Bills fan, they're maybe not as, they had a tough loss, but like, it's weird. It's a weird season. It's tough to make picks because things are just fucking at a weird spot right now.
I'm going to rip through these last few ones because I got quite a few notes on the other games. I chose the Browns at the Steelers. Stupid decision. Gabriel was horrible. Aaron Rodgers looked good.
52 throwing attempts.
If you told me going into that game, Jalen Ramsey would have more sacks than TJ Watt and Myles Garrett, I would lose my mind.
Two sacks. She was like a fucking Jamal Adams back there, fucking safety of a linebacker.
Cam Ward looked like absolute dog shit against the Raiders. There was one point he double pumped a pass and fumbled the ball. Sick. Baker early looking MVP. Bucks win 30-19. It was always the Bucks. Mac Jones still doesn't look horrible. Just 2 INTs, 347 yards. That is the New England Patriots version of Mac Jones. He will throw the ball for a million yards. Yeah. Kendrick Bourne might be number 1 wide receiver in San Francisco for the rest of the season.
Fuck? Yeah. 140 yards.
Mabuka
tough
didn't
to see
really do much.
Tough to see. Well, he's hurt.
Yeah.
That's tough. And it's man. They're battling and they're gonna have a tough matchup against the Lions this week. But yeah, keep it going.
Yeah. Bengals at Packers. I mean, took Joe Flacco about a quarter and a half to figure out what was going on with this offense. And then he was like, all right, I remember how to play football.
Shit, I won a Super Bowl. Let's figure this out.
Oh, right. I've been in the league for 20 years. Let me sling the ball to Jamar Chase. And let me tell you, Xavier McKinney hitting the gritty on Jamar Chase and then getting insta karma when Jamar Chase makes a one-handed grab on him. Yeah. Oh, the best.
Yeah.
The Packers, I think, still have a lot to prove, man. Like, you're playing a Bengals team whose defense is kind of shit. You let Josh Jacobs kind of go off, and he really did well. Matthew Golden played really well, but
80 yards,
they kind of really... I think they're still finding their stride. I think they're going to be a great team. I am not saying they're not, but I think they still need to kind of figure it out. And then it was always the Chiefs. I'm sorry, Jack. It was always the Chiefs. The Lions weren't going into Arrowhead. There was a reason the Chiefs were favored. And I think overall, just like the Lions defense is a bit of a problem.
They're so banged up, and now I just got a notification Brian Branch suspended 1 game. Like they're just
that was
so
the
banged
most
up
thing ever. Yeah. And I was just watching Good Morning Football First Take this morning with Stephen A. Smith, and we've talked ad nauseum about Ryan Clark and how I can't stand him. But he said that a face mask penalty should not become a fine because his reasoning was, and he was talking to Cam Newton about it, and this was going to be my dump of the week, but like his reasoning was, Cam Newton, you're 6'8", 290 pounds. First of all, Cam Newton's 6'6", 250. ETE is full-fledged in Ryan Clark. Second of all, well, if you've ever watched any of his highlights, he definitely has got some knocking around there, dude. He was trying to kill some people out on the field. But he said, what? I'm trying to bring you down. You're 6'6", 250. I'm going to grab your face mask. And Cam Newton was like, well, that's not a football play. It's like, so anyway, Brian Branch doing that, it's just so dumb. Like, it made no sense. The game is over. You don't take anything outside the whistles. Patrick Mahomes' response afterwards was, we play within the whistles. That was baller as fuck. Cool as fuck. But yeah, Taylor is 1-0. She's got a good record. And let me tell you, her reasonings. Bills beat Lions. Chiefs beat Lions, baby. That's all she needed.
Simple game, man. That's just, if we look at it that way, we'll be 82-0 in Leafland. But yeah. Moving into Monday. We're filming again. This is 5:30 on a Monday night before the Bills Falcons, 7:15 Bears Commanders. At 8:15, you got the Bills, you got the Bears. I think we already previewed this game, but again, if we can establish a run defense, establish a run and everything, get back to our offense, I think coming off a loss, I think we could see a historic game out of Josh Allen. Like, I mean, he didn't play his best last week. He didn't look confident at all. So I think we're looking for a big dub here, hopefully. And yeah, Bears Commanders. I mean, again, this is rematch of last year where it was the Hail Mary game, Caleb Williams. That was a defining moment in the Bears season. Like, that's when things kind of turned around, because I think
defining moment in the Commander season too.
It's exactly. I think they were both 2-2, maybe something like that. And I mean, when you go either 2-3 or 3-2, it's a big moment, and that would have been a huge game for Caleb. But again, he's looked good. He had the bye week. He hasn't played for a while, obviously, because it's Monday night. But yeah, I'm pumped to see that one. I mean, I won't be able to watch it because I'll be locked in on the Bills. But yeah. All right, let's get into week 7. Let's rip this off here. Thursday night, Steelers, Bengals. Steelers are 4.5 point favorites. Yeah, the Bengals.
I got Flacco, week into a new team. look pretty good. Pressure situations, 2-minute drill coming towards the fourth quarter. Steelers look good against the Browns, but it feels like they're ready to lay an egg.
I agree. I think they've been playing too good. I think that's time that it's going to be like they're going to score like 9 points or something coming up. But
also, divisional game.
Yeah.
And I feel like Flacco's just going to feed Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. So
T. Higgins needs it. I don't think he's even had a single good game this year. I think we'll see him get more involved as well. So I like the big Bengals here too. I don't know if I like the over/under. It's set at 43 right now.
No.
I don't know. I don't like that line. I don't know what I would like to do there. But I definitely like covering the spread for the Bengals at 4.5. Rams Jaguars in London. Rams are 3.5 point favorites. These are all early lines, subject to change because I don't think Puga's for sure out. I think it's likely, but I don't think it's announced that he's out.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Is it?
I'm pretty
Okay.
sure it is.
But still, yeah. So you like the Jaguars over under 47.5. Big Jags bounce back game.
And the Rams struggle against a defense that is just horrible.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like the Jaguars too. I like the over too for this game. I don't know about you. I like the over. I know Puka's out, but I think they're going to feed Devontae and Kyron could have a good game. But I like the Jaguars too. Raiders at Chiefs. Yeah, I mean, Chiefs 10.5 point favorites, 45.5 over.
I don't like that spread. These divisional games, the Raiders always find a way. The Raiders and Chiefs always find a way to beat the Chiefs once a year. I think it's going to be a close game. They
either beat them or it's like a field goal. I don't know if it was last year where they got hosed on a late minute penalty. I think it was last year. But yeah, Raiders always find it close against the Chiefs. It's in Arrowhead, but we'll see. Mahomes has been playing great football recently. I don't like that spread either.
You're see a Geno Smith 400-yard game.
I would love that. I hate shitting on Geno every week. He's been horrible, but he's been. I would love just a 400-yard 4 TD. But if he does that, it's in a loss though, just because it's the.
Oh yeah, 100%. He'll go for 400. Mahomes will go for 500, and all the Chiefs fans will fucking come to the fact that Mahomes.
Geno's going to throw Geno's going to throw for 400. Mahomes will throw for 100, but Chiefs win, and then Mahomes MVP.
Yeah, Mahomes will throw for 105 touchdowns.
Yeah. All right, Dolphins at Browns. It's a fucking toilet game. But Browns are 2.5 point favorites, 41.5.
I got this as
under.
Gabriel's first win as a starter.
Yeah, I like it. 52 throwing attempts last game. But yeah, like you said, Dolphins are finding every single fucking way to lose games, and they're going to find it again in Cleveland. I like Cleveland as well.
Then Cleveland's defense is good.
Yeah. Next up, Panthers at Jets. Jets are 2.5 point favorites, which I think is crazy. 44.5. I know Panthers away, they only win at home, but still they can figure it out. Again, I think when they get their offense going, they have a great offense with Tet. Rico Dowdle's rushing for 1,000,000 yards. Jets just have zero offense, and their defense is absolutely horrendous. If they lose this game, I think Euro down here. I think Aaron Glenn could already be gone if they lose this game.
Which is crazy, but it's as a defensive coach, his defense kind of stinks.
It's horrible.
And Garrett Wilson lost his shit on him on the sideline at halftime in the London game.
Yeah.
The London game because he kneeled the ball out when the Jets were at the 50-yard line. It's well, you still got time. Try and get a field goal. You make it. It just didn't make sense.
It did not. But and then Saints at Bears. Bears are 6 point favorites, 45.5. Yeah, I think this will be. I think this will be a close game. If the Bears defense can just keep Rattler to just in the pocket and everything, I do like the Bears here. What do you got?
Odunze is gonna.
Yeah, I think so too. I do like the over for this game as well.
Yeah,
45.5. Eagles at Vikings. Eagles are 3 point favorites. You have the Vikings 42.5 over under.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. But Saquon currently, this is a crazy stat. He's on pace for 953 yards for this season, coming off a 2,000 plus rushing yard season. Everyone says Hurts is a system quarterback. You're not high on Hurts. I've never been crazy high on Hurts, but he only does well when people push him in the ass.
Yeah.
And he got carried by their defense last year, and their defense is not as good this year. So they're 4-2. They're still a good team, and I really don't want smoke from the Eagles fans. I like the Eagles, but the Vikings coming off a bye. I don't hate this, and I think Justin Jefferson's going to eat against their secondary, and it really depends on how that Vikings defense can hold up. I really think this needs to be a Jalen Hurts statement game of go out, sling the ball to A.J. Brown. I don't give a fuck what you have to do. Don't listen to Kevin Petula. Just go out and call your own goddamn plays.
Yeah. I agree. Next, Patriots Titans. Patriots only 6-point favorites, which is crazy. I'm
Yeah,
sure
it's gonna change.
It's gonna change. It's gonna change. I feel like it has to. 43.5
I
points.
wrote the Titans are ass.
Yeah,
and
that's
then underneath
ass. That's all it really is. Like it's Patriots
Brian
by a million.
Callahan
Like,
got
it's just,
fired.
Yeah. It's they suck. They suck. Next up, this is interesting. Giants at Broncos. Broncos are 8-point favorites. 41 over under. Giants are rolling. Denver they're not that consistent, especially on the opposite side of the ball. Their defense is awesome, so it's going to be a big test. It's going to be a big test for Jackson Dart, but I mean, he did great against the Eagles. He can run the ball when he's given time. So, yeah, you like the Giants here.
It's going to be a tough one.
It will be. I think that's
the under in this game is going to hit.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. I definitely agree. I think this could be like a 17-13 game, something like that. Next up, Colts at Chargers.
Colts
Chargers,
are a wagon.
Chargers 1.5 favorites, I think, is wild. They barely beat the fucking Dolphins. Their O-line is just killed right now. I mean, I know Ladd McConkey's back, but I don't hate the over in this game, but the Colts are a wagon. Warren's been awesome. Jonathan Taylor's been awesome. Daniel Jones he's doing what he needs to do to win games. I don't think last week or this week he had his best game, but he did what he needed to do.
That's all you need, man. That's why I wrote down, they're winning close games, they're winning blowout games, they're winning bounce back games.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's what you need from consistency overall.
No, exactly. I like their offense, and I definitely like the Colts there. Next up, okay, you got the Cardinals here. So Packers are Cardinals. Packers are 5.5-point favorites, 45.5 over under.
This might be a bit of a stretch by me. This could be a bit of a stretch by me.
Imagine if Murray and Marvin Harrison are both out and they still fucking win. You'll look like a fucking animal, though.
Yeah, but you saw what Jacoby Brissett, Marv got concussed. Yeah. Jacoby Brissett is not a dumb quarterback. He's been in the league for a long time. Yes, he's going to throw interceptions. You could take 100% plus 1.5 interceptions and the Cardinals to win, and I think it could hit. The only reason being is, like, yes, I think the Packers kind of struggle, but the Cardinals have a pretty decent defense. Yeah. They're able, like, it really just depends on how Brissett plays and if Murray's back or not. I think if Kyler Murray's back, I think they have a better chance to win, to be honest, with Jacoby Brissett.
Interesting. All right. But yeah, I'm excited for that game. Yeah, I mean, the Packers offense, I mean, if they get Golden going, they're really good, and Josh Jacobs to find his game. But yeah, definitely interesting. It's in Arizona. Next up, Commanders at Cowboys. Commanders are 2.5-point favorites, 52.5 over under. You said Cowboys bounce back game. Yeah, I mean, Bacon's still going to be balling. It is going to struggle. I think Jake Ferguson's been awesome. I know he had a touchdown last game. He didn't have his best game in terms of yards. I think
you're going to see Javonte Williams bounce back too this game.
Yeah, he only had like 30 fucking yards last week. So, or this week currently, I guess. But for sure. Yeah. And it's in Dallas. Last slate of the Sunday night. So you got Falcons at 49ers. 49ers are 4.5-point favorites, 45.5-point over under. Yeah, I mean, 49ers are playing good. It sucks. It's their injury is crazy. We didn't say it earlier. Fred Warner out for the season.
Yeah, that's right.
I love Fred Warner. It's crazy the luck this team. And you know what? Injuries, I know NFL, it's a physical sport. We're going to have injuries every single year, but the injuries this year has been insane.
Injuries.
And I know we say it every year, but this year's got to be the highest. Yeah.
My favorite clip this week was John Gruden going off. It's like, teams are playing bad football. I think it's true, man. Teams are playing bad football. Like, it just, I get it's early in the season and you kind of see this, but it's like, at this point, I don't think there's a clear favorite, at all.
Yeah, I agree. All right, Monday night, first game's awesome. Buccaneers at Lions. Lions are 4.5-point favorites, 53.5 over under. Yeah, I mean, I like what you said here. I mean, I like the Lions too. The Bucs have too many injuries, especially if Buka's out. Well, I'm not sure what his actual status is. Baker will, like you said, have to be perfect, have to be. But if he wins this game in Detroit with their injuries, to me, he's clear MVP favorite. MVP he's already, I think, arguably 1 or 2 right now. Yeah, but if he wins this game, it's like he's ahead. Like he is number one clear. But I do like a Lions bounce back game in Detroit, but we'll see. And the final game of the Week 7 slate, Texans at Seahawks. Seahawks 2.5-point favorites, 42.5. Yeah, you wrote this. I like the Seahawks team a lot. JSN's been absolutely fucking insane. En route to an Offensive Player of the Year type season. He's been awesome.
Vikings are looking silly a little bit. Like, I get it. You have JJ McCarthy, but you get Daniel Jones in your pipeline, then he goes to the Colts. Then you have Darnold, who takes you to the playoffs last year, looks crazy good, and you get rid of him to the Seahawks. And yes, the Seahawks are maybe not the best, but they're still fucking a young team who's finding their identity. They lost DK, get Cooper Kupp, who's looked pretty good in these last few weeks. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I like it.
I agree. All right, let's get to the wise pick of the week. But what's you want a new name here? Do you want to
Taylor made a comment that we're not actually married and you guys aren't married. So
That's true.
wives pick of the week is inaccurate, which for the reigning champion of the week, I think we changed the name. I went on to ChatGPT. There were way funnier ones, but she was not quite a fan of them. So I think we'll go with Wildcard Women. I like that one.
Yeah,
That's a good name.
It's good.
That's a good
Shout out
name.
women. Shout out all the women out there.
Yeah,
right.
so we'll start with Tay's pick. Cowboys riding with me. Her explanation was home field advantage. It's a good one. It's a good one.
Massive. Huge.
And then cheerleaders. They're gonna cheer them on.
That's big.
That's huge.
That's big. That's huge.
Strictly
That's
going
huge.
off the Netflix documentary about the Dallas Cowboy cheerleader.
That's huge. That's huge. Okay. All right. Taylor's looking to go 2-0. All right, Ken. Tough loss. Almost was a miraculous pick if the Dolphins didn't just be the Dolphins. They were close being the Chargers. But her reasoning was safe and sound. But now she has the Jaguars. Here, who they play again? I know we just fucking talked about it. The Seahawks, right?
No, the Jags just played the Seahawks. The Jags play the. I picked
a good team. Yeah, you did. Rams in London. Sorry,
in London.
Yes, in London. Her reasoning: Jaguars are cool. They're smooth. They're sly. They can pounce at a moment's notice. And cats are known to be very clever. So I like her reasoning.
That's smart. I like that.
But yeah, you don't look at the actual team name. That's a big reason to pick for a win. Like, who's going to win, a Charger, a Jaguar, or a Ram? It's tough, very tough. But I think a Jaguar will pounce on a Ram.
Yeah,
I like.
No, yeah,
I think she'll go 1-1.
That's smart.
All right, wrapping up here. What do you? So I'm 3-2 in fantasy still. Obviously, the week hasn't ended.
I'm 2-4 now. I definitely gotta lose. Yeah. Ben put up fucking 168 points.
Yeah, that's crazy. So I have 120. My team's done. Matt has 77, so he needs 50 basically, but he has Daniels and Robinson, Bijan. So we'll see. It's gonna be tight. I mean, Daniels could have his Lamar type game, and Bijan could have whatever.
Did you see Owen's points this week?
Oh yeah, he's gonna have his first loss. He had fucking 70.
Yeah. Pittman put up 4.
Right now.
Pittman put up 4. Jobbins put up 4. Puka put up 4. Pacheco put up 6.
He's on. Oh my god, he has 58 points right now. Holy poo, that's crazy. Also, by the way, quick notice: Jays, they're 3-2 now, and they're bottom of the second. They struck out in the second, so Travis Savage is figuring it out now. We got a guy on second with just 1 down now. So
all right, so it was me watching the game.
I think it's. I want to see a hand up.
That's hand up on me. I shouldn't have been watching the game. I should have been locked in.
Now we don't talk about it. All right. So now I want to get to our 10 commandments, which we started off very good. I think we had 9 out of 10. And now
this past week.
This week was horrible. We got 2 right. So I really want to break down the low risk, we want to get this low risk figured out. I don't think we've hit a low risk. Let's get this low risk figured out. Medium risk. And a higher risk as well. We did a lot more research.
I'll break down why I chose my picks, and then you can break down yours.
So week 7, start with the low risk. Again, 3 picks for the low risk. Jackson, what's your first pick?
I went Kelsey over 3 receptions. Reason being, the very first game, he only had 2. Every single game since then, he's had over 4. So, yeah. Kelsey over 3 is a lock. Yeah.
I have Drake May over in throwing. They're playing the Titans. He's had his best 2 games of his career these last 2 weeks. He's been throwing the ball. Kendrick Booty's been awesome. Stiggs didn't have the best game last week, but it's the fucking Titans. He's going to throw for over 250.
Yeah, I agree. And then I finally said Waddle over in receiving. He's been absolutely eating without Hill in the last few weeks. I think this week he had 80. Week before he had over 100. So, yeah. I think that's a pretty good low risk.
I think it's a low risk. I think that's good. I think we'll get that dialed in. But now, so that's the low risk, those 3. Now medium risk, adding 2. How about you tell me your first one here?
I think I put Josh Jacobs anytime TD, so he'll eat against the Cardinals.
Yeah, I like it. And I got similar thing, another top running back. I got Jonathan Taylor anytime TB against the Chargers here. Chargers, defense is looking great. Colts are a wagon. Jonathan Taylor is a guaranteed end zone finder next week.
I agree.
All right, high risk now. So that's the 5 we just said for the medium risk, obviously the low risk as well. Now adding 5 onto the high risk, and these bets for the high risk aren't just crazy. It's more as adding on to it 10 leg parlay. Obviously, you can get a little silly, but high risk. How about you kind of give me your first one there?
Go Rico Dowdle anytime. I think he's riding hot. I think he's going to continue to ride hot against a Jets defense that struggles.
I agree. I got Gibbs over in rushing. Didn't have his best game against the Chiefs. He's playing an injury riddled Baker and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home. I think he's going to be feisty to get back onto the stat sheet there, and I got him over in rushing.
I got Diggs over 4 receptions.
Yep, I like that. And I have JSN over in receiving. Seahawks at Texans. Texans have a great defense, but I think Donald will air the ball out. And I mean, JSN's been getting fucking like 120 yards a game right now, coming up 160 yards. So I do like over the JSN.
Yeah, I agree. And final one is Achan anytime TD. He ate last week. I think he's going to continue to. So especially when.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough Browns defense, but I think he'll be good.
I like it. All right. So let's break this down here. I think we're going to get our first up here, at least for certain sections. The high risk is a lot to ask for, but I think our low risk is very well done. Low risk, Kelsey over 3 receptions, Drake May over and throwing, Waddle over and receiving. Now medium risk, adding 2 more onto that for a 5-leg parlay. Josh Jacobs anytime TD, Jonathan Taylor anytime TD. That's the medium risk. Now adding 5 more on for the high risk. Rico Dowdle anytime, Gibbs over and rushing, Stephon Diggs 4+ receptions, JSN over and receiving, and Devon Achan anytime TD. Book it, first dub of the season.
I think I might just do the medium risk. I'm not gonna lie.
I usually just I mix it up every now and then. I like doing the medium risk. I can't be doing 4 fucking bets a week, but sometimes I'll do 6 bets a week. So that's
all right. That's good.
So lock of the week. I'm 5-1. You're 2-4. How about you kind of give me your lock of the week here?
All right. My bet the farm already lost, so I might just redo my bet the farm.
Yeah, that's fine.
The Leafs fuck me. What's new? What's new?
What's new? They're going to be 80-2 end of the year.
Damn, the Preds fucking killed Ottawa.
And Brady Tkachuk left that game with a hand injury, so that's...
and the Lightning got their first dub of the season.
Yeah, dude, Boston's fucking third. Well, now they're 3-1. Boston's 3-0.
Panthers to cover the spread against the Jets. The over in the Rams-Jags game. And the over in the Colts-Chargers game.
This is your lock? My lock, I know, hey, people can call it, it's not chalky, but I'm 5-1. I'm doing single bets here, single line bets. I have the Colts covering the spread at +1.5 against the Chargers. I'm shocked the Chargers are favored. I think this line can change. Chargers riddled with injuries. Colts are a wagon. Yeah, I got the Colts covering the spread at +1.5. Now my bet the farm here. I don't know if you have yours ready, but let's go with mine.
I'm doing mine right.
Yeah. So I got, this is just kind of random of spread and money line. I got Panthers money line. Patriots covering the spread. I got Bears covering the spread against the Saints. Vikings money line against the Eagles. Colts money line against the Chargers. Broncos money line against the Giants. Packers money line against the Cardinals. I have the over in the Commanders Dallas Cowboys game at 53.5, and I have Commanders money line against the Falcons. $5 to win, $9.60.
Please. Yeah, I got the Canucks money line against the Blues. I got the Blackhawks money line against the Mammoth. I got the Wild money line with Kaprizov getting 1 point. I got the Devils money line with Hughes getting 1 point, and I got the Panthers money line with Sam Reinhart getting 1 point. I put down 20 cents because that's all I had left in my account to pay $10.
There you go. Awesome, man. This is a great episode.
Yeah,
a lot of stuff going on. I can't wait to begin this episode with me cheering for a Leafs goal, and then they lost. So hopefully we get a big bounce back. I think by this time happens, we'll play the Preds. Also, kind of like a new thing I'm trying to do for Buds and Pucks and Buds Mafia. So we do have an intro video in the works. Hopefully we get that done soon. I'm excited to show you all that. Hopefully that gets done.
No way.
Next
fucking
episode.
Dalton Kincaid is not playing tonight.
All right. So that's not what we needed to end this fucking podcast on. Hopefully James Cook can munch.
Dude, that means I don't have a fucking title.
Ooh, Jay's tied it and they have 2 on base. All right. That's good news though. All right. But what was I going to say here? So I want to start posting more videos that aren't just a podcast. I did with the Kaprizov video, which did very well. I posted a video that actually just came out now. It's top NHL stars likely to be traded this coming season. Go check that out. Talking about Crosby, Natchez, and some other players. Go check it out. Let me know what you think. I want to start posting non-podcast videos a little bit shorter. I understand if you're getting new to the Buds Mafia program, it's hard to just hop into an hour-and-a-half podcast. I recommend it. I think we talk a lot of good stuff, but sometimes I want to post a shorter form video to kind of show you what we're about. So I think every Monday I'm going to be posting kind of a shorter form video. And as well as new content out. I have new stuff coming on Mondays. Biggest draft steals on Fridays now. I post biggest villain in each team's history. So go check that on Buds and Pucks. But yeah, man, maybe we have a sports betting little collab coming soon. I don't want to say anything yet because that's not for sure, but hopefully we get that in the works. Definitely going to start betting more on some hockey. It's a growing platform. I mean, it's always been a big for football betting, but I think betting on hockey is definitely being grown. But yeah, man, it's been a great episode, a little hour and a half.
Yeah, sure.
Hopefully we get a Bills dub, even though that didn't need to hear that. But
dude,
that's all right.
this fucked me because I really don't want to come last in our league for points this week. And like, I don't think Owen's going to get to 90. But for me to pick up, I'd have to pick up Cole Kmet. And the only person I could realistically drop, I mean, I could drop TJ Hawkinson.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he's on a bye. But he's kind of been better recently. Still getting targeted like crazy.
Yeah.
But am I really going to drop TJ Hawkinson for Cole Kmet? Anyway, sorry, folks. We can talk about this after the pod. Be good, do good. God bless. Go Bills.
Yeah. Go follow Buds and Pucks on X, Instagram, TikTok, as well as Buds Mafia on Spotify, YouTube. Comment, like, subscribe. Let's get to 100 subscribers by the new year. Go Buds. Buds to the moon. I'll talk to you later, Jackson.
Cheers, brother.
Fakes left. Now taken off. Gonna run for it. Got it.